If there's one quote that has puzzled and fascinated millions, it's Tesla's. If you only knew the magnificence of 3, 6, and 9, then you would have the key to the universe. People repeat it everywhere, on social media, in documentaries, in spiritual circles, yet few truly understand what Tesla meant. Why did a man who gave us the blueprint for wireless energy, electric motors, and radio technology become so fixated on 3 simple numbers? To Tesla, the universe wasn't built from matter, it was built from energy. Everything that exists, from a beam of light to a human thought, vibrates at a certain frequency. Tesla believed these vibrations followed hidden patterns that could reveal how creation itself operates. Here's the real twist. If Tesla was right, then this code, 3, 6, and 9, isn't just written in the stars or in the circuits of his inventions. It's also written inside you. Your thoughts, your emotions, even the way your life unfolds, all might follow the same rhythm Tesla spent his life trying to decode. So, what exactly was he seeing? Why did he believe these numbers held the key to the universe? And could understanding them help you tune your own energy into the same frequency that shapes reality itself? Let's decode the mystery Tesla left behind. When Tesla spoke about the numbers 3, 6, and 9, he wasn't speaking about simple arithmetic. He was talking about resonance, a universal principle that connects sound, light, and even consciousness. Everything in existence vibrates from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy. What separates one thing from another is not the substance itself, but the frequency it vibrates at. Think about sound for a moment. When a guitar string is plucked, it doesn't just make one sound. It creates a main vibration and several smaller ones, called harmonics. These harmonics give the sound its richness and depth. When the vibrations line up perfectly, they amplify each other. That is resonance. But when they are out of sync, the sound becomes scattered or flat. Tesla understood that the entire universe works the same way. Every atom, every planet, every living being is part of a vast orchestra of vibrating frequencies. He saw numbers like 3, 6, and 9 as keys that reveal how these vibrations harmonize. In the world of waveforms, patterns built on multiples of 3 tend to form stable, repeating cycles. This stability is what makes harmony possible, whether in music, in nature, or within your own mind. To Tesla, resonance wasn't just a scientific curiosity. It was a bridge between the material world and the unseen world of energy. He used this principle in his inventions, such as his experiments with wireless energy transmission. He found that if you could tune a transmitter and a receiver to the same resonant frequency, energy could flow freely between them, as if distance no longer mattered. This same idea can be mirrored in human experience. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions are aligned, energy flows effortlessly through your life. That state of inner harmony is the personal resonance Tesla was pointing toward. In simple terms, resonance is the difference between chaos and clarity. When you feel mentally scattered or emotionally off balance, your internal frequencies are out of sync. You may have the energy, but it doesn't go anywhere useful. The same is true in physics. When waves cancel each other out, they create silence or stillness. But when they align, they produce a powerful tone that can travel great distances. This is where the number 3 takes on a deeper meaning. It represents the first form of resonance, a triad. Think of it as a balance between 3 points: thought, emotion, and action. When all 3 vibrate together, life begins to flow in harmony. That is why so many spiritual traditions speak of balance between mind, body, and spirit. The science of resonance explains why that harmony feels so powerful. Once we understand resonance, we begin to see how Tesla might have connected mathematics to consciousness. Every experience you have is like a wave interacting with other waves, your emotions interacting with people, your thoughts shaping reality. When those waves align, you experience synchronicity, creativity, and clarity. When they are misaligned, life feels heavy and resistant. Tesla's 369 code may have been his way of describing how energy becomes organized through resonance. It is a language that describes not only machines and physics, but also the invisible dynamics that shape your reality. Resonance shows that the universe is not random. It is responsive. It listens and echoes back whatever frequency you emit through your thoughts, feelings, and intentions. In this way, Tesla's fascination with frequency wasn't only about electricity or sound. It was about unlocking the deeper truth that everything is vibration, and that harmony, both in science and in your own life, begins when energy is tuned into resonance. There is a strange mathematical pattern that seems to echo Tesla's fascination with 3, 6, and 9. It is known today as vortex math. At first glance, it looks like simple number play, but it reveals a repeating rhythm hidden inside creation itself. The pattern begins with a doubling sequence: 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. Then back to 1 again. The numbers loop endlessly, creating a kind of numerical vortex. What makes this fascinating is that 3, 6, and 9 are completely missing from this loop. They sit above it, almost as if they belong to a different dimension of order. When you add or multiply within this system, 3, 6, and 9 keep showing up as the controllers, the silent forces that balance the cycle. For example, doubling 3 gives 6, doubling 6 gives 12, which reduces to 3, and 9 always returns to itself. It acts like a mirror that reflects all energy back to its source. Tesla may have seen in this a cosmic principle, a map of how energy organizes and renews itself throughout the universe. To understand this better, picture a spiral galaxy. The stars don't just scatter randomly, they follow a vortex-like pattern that repeats itself at every scale, from hurricanes on Earth to the whirling shape of a seashell. Energy in nature prefers to move in spirals because a spiral is infinite motion. It represents creation in progress. The numbers 3, 6, and 9 symbolize the forces that maintain that spiral. 3 is the structure, 6 is the movement, and 9 is the point of completion before the next cycle begins. In human terms, these numbers also reflect the flow of energy in daily life. The number 3 can represent alignment, the harmony between your thoughts, emotions, and actions. When those 3 parts of you are synchronized, your life begins to move with purpose. The number 6 can represent expansion. Once energy is aligned, it radiates outward, influencing your relationships, creativity, and the environment around you. It is how inner balance begins to shape outer reality. Finally, the number 9 represents completion. It is the energy that gathers what you have sent out and returns it to you, often amplified. It mirrors the cycles of nature, where every end is also the seed of a new beginning. Tesla's fascination with these numbers was not a superstition. He believed they pointed to an intelligent order woven into the very structure of energy. Vortex math demonstrates that energy never disappears, it recycles and transforms. It moves in predictable rhythms, just like your own thoughts and emotions. When your inner patterns follow this natural rhythm, life feels connected and alive. When they resist it, things feel chaotic or blocked. This pattern also appears in modern science. In quantum physics, particles behave like waves that loop and fold into themselves, creating standing patterns of energy. These waves carry information, similar to how 3, 6, and 9 appear to guide the flow of numerical energy in the vortex. The same way those numbers stabilize mathematical cycles, coherent thought and emotion stabilize your energetic field. So when Tesla said 3, 6, and 9 were the key to the universe, he might have been hinting at something far deeper than numbers. He was describing how reality organizes itself through cycles, resonance, and renewal. To live in alignment with this code is to participate consciously in that flow. Every time you think, act, or create with awareness, you are turning the same spiral Tesla studied. You become both the observer and the pattern, both the vibration and the harmony. Tesla's code of 3, 6, and 9 was not limited to mathematics or electricity. It can also be seen in the structure of nature itself. The same vibrational harmony that shapes energy and numbers also shapes life. Everywhere we look, from the smallest atoms to the grand design of galaxies, nature builds through repeating patterns of 3s, 6s, and 9s. In geometry, 3 is the foundation of stability. A single point has no shape. 2 points form a line, but 3 points create the first solid form, a triangle. The triangle is the simplest and most stable structure in the universe. It is the building block for everything that comes after. Energy always needs 3 points to stabilize itself, just like you need mind, body, and emotion to create balance. Tesla saw that this triadic principle was not just symbolic, but structural. It is how energy organizes itself into matter. When we move from 3 to 6, we see the next level of complexity: expansion and coherence. Nature expresses this through hexagonal symmetry, which can be found in snowflakes, honeycombs, and even carbon molecules. 6 points form a perfect balance between order and openness. The number 6 represents energy that is spreading outward while still remaining connected to its center. It is growth without chaos. Bees build honeycombs in this shape because it allows for maximum efficiency with minimum waste. The same geometry governs how energy flows through your body, from the cellular level to the rhythm of your heartbeat. 9 appears as the symbol of completion, the full cycle of creation. In human biology, the gestation period of new life is 9 months. In mathematics, the number 9 always folds back into itself, symbolizing return and renewal. Many cultures, ancient and modern, have recognized 9 as a sacred number tied to completion. It marks the transition between one phase and the next, just as nature moves in cycles of birth, growth, decay, and rebirth. When you look closely, the entire natural world is built from this rhythm. The petals of flowers, the spin of hurricanes, and the spiral of galaxies all echo these numerical harmonies. Even within your body, your brain waves, heartbeat, and breathing cycles follow rhythmic patterns that reflect this same architecture of resonance. You are not separate from the pattern Tesla was describing. You are the pattern, expressed in living form. Modern science supports this view more than ever. Biology, chemistry, and physics all show that order in nature arises from vibration and pattern. Atoms form predictable arrangements because of the way their energy fields resonate. The same logic applies to your nervous system. When your inner state is coherent, when your thoughts and emotions are synchronized, your entire body functions more efficiently. This is resonance expressed biologically, just as Tesla envisioned it scientifically. The deeper message here is that the universe speaks through patterns, not coincidences. The 369 code is not about superstition. It is about recognizing that life operates through harmony, rhythm, and proportion. The same laws that shape a snowflake also shape your thoughts and the path your life takes. Once you begin to see that connection, you realize Tesla's insight was not mechanical, but spiritual. He saw a living universe guided by frequency and order, a design that mirrors itself from the smallest atom to the largest star. Understanding this pattern is like learning the universe's native language. It allows you to sense when your life is in harmony with the larger field around you. When you act with clarity and coherence, you move with the rhythm of creation itself. The code is not something outside of you waiting to be discovered. It has always been within you, quietly shaping your energy, your experiences, and the reality that responds to you. Tesla once said that if you understood the power of energy, frequency, and vibration, you would hold the secrets of the universe. To him, these were not poetic ideas, but fundamental truths about how reality operates. He believed that everything we call physical matter is simply energy vibrating at different speeds. The table in front of you, the air around you, even your thoughts, are all made of the same invisible energy field behaving in different ways. Modern science has gradually caught up with this idea. Quantum physics has shown that what we call particles are not solid objects, but tiny oscillations in a vast energy field. Matter is simply condensed vibration. In other words, everything is energy moving at a certain frequency. This is exactly what Tesla spent his life trying to communicate. He was not speaking in metaphors. He was describing the physics of consciousness and creation. This is where the numbers 3, 6, and 9 come back into focus. They act like symbols for how energy organizes itself. 3 represents alignment, 6 symbolizes expansion, and 9 marks completion. These are not just mystical interpretations, but reflections of how cycles of energy unfold. Science describes these same principles through resonance, feedback, and coherence. Consciousness experiences them as harmony, growth, and transformation. To understand what Tesla was pointing toward, imagine the entire universe as a giant symphony. Every particle, every planet, and every living being is an instrument playing its own note. When these notes vibrate in harmony, the result is balance and beauty. When they are out of tune, there is distortion. This same dynamic exists within each person. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are frequencies that influence the vibration you emit into the world. When they are aligned, your reality begins to reflect that harmony. When they are scattered, you feel disconnected, and things around you seem to resist your efforts. In neuroscience, this alignment can be seen in brainwave coherence. When the different parts of the brain synchronize, creativity, focus, and emotional clarity increase. Heart rate and breathing also become more rhythmic, and the body functions more efficiently. This is a biological form of resonance. It is science confirming what Tesla sensed intuitively. Energy alignment produces harmony at every level of existence. In spirituality, this same concept is expressed as inner balance, or unity, consciousness. When you operate from awareness rather than reaction, your energy field becomes more coherent. You begin to attract experiences that match your internal state, because everything in the universe responds to frequency. Tesla understood this before the language of quantum fields existed. He saw consciousness and energy as two sides of the same reality. Tesla's vision suggests that we are not passive observers in the universe. We are participants in its ongoing creation. The same frequencies that power stars also flow through you. When you begin to see yourself as part of this energetic continuum, life takes on a different meaning. You stop chasing control and start cultivating alignment. That is where true power lies, not in forcing outcomes, but in understanding how to resonate with the universe's natural rhythm. Through this lens, Tesla's message becomes a bridge between science and spirit. He was revealing that the universe is conscious, ordered, and vibrational, and that your mind is a part of that structure. The 369 code is not about numbers on a page. It is a living map of energy, a reminder that you are woven into the same intelligent design Tesla devoted his life to uncovering. If we put everything together, Tesla's message begins to reveal itself as both scientific and spiritual truth. The universe is not a collection of random events. It is a living field of vibration, moving in repeating cycles of alignment, expansion, and completion. That is the hidden code Tesla saw in the numbers 3, 6, and 9. Tesla was not offering mysticism or superstition. He was trying to show that the architecture of the universe operates on rhythm, pattern, and frequency. When you understand that, life stops feeling random. You realize that your personal energy, your thoughts, emotions, and choices is part of that same architecture. Every thought is a vibration that interacts with the larger field around you. To live the Tesla code is to live consciously, to align with the universe's natural harmonies instead of fighting against them. It is to recognize that you are not separate from creation, but an active participant in it. When your inner world resonates with clarity and balance, the outer world reflects it back through synchronicity, ease, and flow. Tesla's code was never just about numbers. It was a map of awareness, a reminder that everything, including you, is frequency. The key to the universe is already within you. The question is how you choose to tune it.